Hey, edgelords, thanks so much for tuning in on your internet tuner. We want you to hit subscribe. Isn't that right, Robby?
That's right. That way you'll get the episodes as they come out every single Wednesday.
You need it, and you want it.
Oh, my God. Long distance.
Oh, my God.
Not even that long, really. You're like 10 minutes away from me, really.
Maybe 20.
But nothing can stop the edgelords. Yes.
Man, even from far away, this gets me going. It puts a little
pep in your step.
Pep in my step, a little coffee, caffeine in my blood, a little nose candy in my nose.
Yeah, oh, very creative language.
Yeah.
Nose candy in your nose, huh?
That's where it goes.
That is where it goes. We keep saying long way away, but you're literally one neighborhood over from me.
I'm one neighborhood over from you. You didn't want me to come up there and meet your parents who are staying with you. I understand.
Yes, they had some concerns about the smells, is what they said.
Yeah, I do. I do have some smells.
They said they get a sense of it through the camera. Well, look, this is a weird setup for the people. And for me, I'm not used to seeing you back there. Usually, you're right next to me. Graham, don't do that. Don't try to scare me. Okay, you can't stop with the hand motions, and they are concerning. But so we were supposed to record an episode Monday.
That's right.
With a very special guest. It was going to be a fantastic guest. It was.
We rebooked them. They canceled their tour.
Yes.
To rebook with us.
It was Eddie Murphy, and he was so hurt that we canceled that he will not be doing the show now.
Oh, that's true. Yes.
So instead, we have someone.
He canceled his tour to do our show. That's what happened. He canceled his tour to do our show, his international tour, and then we canceled on him.
That's right. We've got a little bit of buzz coming from you, but we're doing a short episode, so I think we'll be.
We got some buzz?
A little bit of buzz, and I'm not talking about the industry heat.
I know that.
I'm talking about crackling.
Anytime someone says I have buzz, I assume there's a hiss.
But let's tell the folks. Is that coming on my end? That big sound?
I don't hear a big sound.
Yes, then it's coming on my end. Let's tell the folks why we suddenly have to do a roughshod episode like this.
Well, we had to cancel on Eddie Murphy because I got booked on the Tonight Show last minute. And so we obviously couldn't do my podcast. But we got to promote it on the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. That was pretty cool.
We did. Old Grahamo did the Tonight Show on Monday.
That's right.
Emergency Tonight Show set. Had a great set. You can watch that on YouTube now.
Yes, there is a lot of positive comments and sprinkled in a lot of comments saying things like, this man has a perfectly square head.
I did see a lot of those, and I wrote a lot of those.
You wrote, one of them was a Minecraft head, and that hurt the most.
That's the one I laughed at the most.
Yeah, it's pretty good because I looked at the comment, and I looked at myself, and I looked at the comment, and I was like, what? Here's the thing: is I naturally have a strong jawline. I have an abundance of testosterone. My body is coursing with tea, and but also I went to my dentist last month, and he said that I grind my teeth at night. I quote. This is what he said.
Yeah.
He goes, "Call me Dr. D. You grind your teeth, and that's why you have a diesel jaw."
Wow. Dr. D rated you with a diesel jaw for your tooth.
I'm just working my jaw all night. The war all night,
I like Dr. D, the dentist. You're supposed to call dentists a doctor?
They're like chiropractors. Who knows what's going on?
Yeah, I don't know what you call them, though. Do you?
Yeah.
I don't. Well,
they are technically. They went to some sort of a medical school.
Okay, so Dr. D, the dentist.
But I was thinking about this. He told me I had all these things wrong with my mouth, and it's like, what do I know? They're like, kind of like that's right.
Yeah,
they're mouth mechanics.
Well, look, I think even the amateur dentists of YouTube have realized there's something wrong with your jaw.
Yeah.
It is square in a way that it takes away from your comedy. You did 4.5 minutes.
Head should not be shaped like this.
Of meticulous material you've crafted, worked on for years.
Years.
And then someone sitting in Sheboygan, Wisconsin says, look at this man's head. It's not natural.
Look at his fucked up head.
It's an abomination.
Yes.
And how was our friend? How was our friend Jimmy?
Jimmy was a complete gentleman. He came to my dressing room before to like say hi, and we don't know each other, so it was really sweet of him to come by. And I told him I was from Ottawa, and then he was like, "Oh yeah," I was like, "Home with Norm Macdonald." He's like, "Yeah, let me tell you Norm Macdonald, a quick little story." He's like, I walk up to Norm Macdonald and at a restaurant. I was like, "Oh man, I love you. You're the funniest comedian of all time." And then he goes, "I'm the funniest comedian. I'm sitting here with Bob Newhart." He didn't notice this old man eating soup who didn't even look up.
That's so funny.
It was Bob Newhart.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
That is very funny. It's a very Norm story, and it might not have even been Bob Newhart. Might have been some old guy.
Might have been the maitre d' he made her sit down.
And did you smell any bourbon on Jimmy Fallon's breath when he was telling you this story?
Not at all.
Seems stone sober.
Look at me. Look, I like to booze it up.
You sure do.
And I do not. Anybody who wants to take the edge off after being on TV in front of millions of people is all right with me.
That's right. And sometimes, many times before being on TV in front of millions of people. And God bless him. Look,
he's my guy now.
He is your guy. You got to love him.
He's my guy now.
Well, at least he was there, right? Because when you did Colbert, that guy, he doesn't even show up.
Colbert doesn't even show up. He doesn't even show up.
He's too busy in the lab writing jokes about Trump having an orange hue to him. He doesn't have time to watch the comedians.
You're being extra edgy today, and I appreciate that.
Yeah. I'm feeling it. It's because I miss you.
Yeah, he was like he was like, so you had time to work out, like doing like, shows and stuff leading up. And
doesn't have time to work out. James Corden. I'm going to snipe at all of them. Yeah. I'm coming for every late night host except Conan, who was the one who put me on and is a saint.
You were going to make sure that neither of us do another late night set.
That's my goal.
That's your
my goal, to shake this industry up.
Yes. Well, having us not two white men not being on is really going to shake it up.
Really going to change things.
He was like, "Have you been doing any sets or whatever?" And of course I've been doing sets. I've been doing sets I've been touring. I've been doing sets at the Comedy Cellar, the world famous Comedy Cellar. Uh-huh. And I was like, "Yeah, I've been doing lots of sets. I've been doing sets in parks."
You led with parks.
And it goes, "What do you mean?" He means like, he goes, "You mean like drive-ins with like people in cars?" I was like, "No, I mean like under a tree in like Central Park." And then he left, and I was like, "This guy thinks he just hired a guy who's a crazy man."
Did that change the tone of the conversation? Was he kind of done with the conversation at that point?
A little bit. A little bit. And then luckily Julia was there, and she's like, "Oh, but the clubs are open. He's been doing the club."
Okay, so your girlfriend picked up the slack. Was Cox in the room? Was he looking at you like, "What the fuck are you doing to me, dude?"
Cox was not in the room. He's the booker, and he was in LA for COVID reasons.
Okay. So he wasn't there to kind of give you a nudge to be like, "Hey, pretend like you're not a schizophrenic doing outdoor."
Schizophrenic under an oak tree.
Yes.
I just had I don't know. You should. Here's what a smart person does. People who make it in the biz, and in life, just in general, you should treat it like chess. You should be thinking 2 steps ahead at all times. And I am always on my feet. I'm never thinking at all. I'm never thinking when I'm on the step. I'm not thinking. And so I should have been like, Jimmy Fallon's, I know he's going to come. What are the anecdotes I'm going to tell him?
Right. Yeah. You wanted to be ready, like you were doing panel. But you know what difference that would have made in the grand scheme of things?
Sure.
None. It would have made no difference. You wouldn't have wowed him with an anecdote to be like, "You know what? You are host of the Tonight Show now."
Sure. But I also wouldn't have made him feel like he hired a man under a tree.
Yes. But in some respects, he did. He did.
Yes. I did do those.
You were also telling the truth, God bless him. Okay. Also, the room is set up a little bit oddly today there's suitcases everywhere. My parents are in town. Do you want to meet my parents?
No.
Okay, well then you can't.
I'm kidding. Of course I do.
Okay.
I'd love to meet your parents.
Let me get them here.
What are their names?
My dad's name is Guy.
Guy.
And my mom's name is Shuli.
Shuli and Guy.
Yes, Shuli, like former guest Shuli Egar, who I said that's a woman's name because it's my mother's name, for God's sake.
You're not my mother, you said?
Yes, and I was very confused by the whole
thing.
He
said, I'm your daddy, and you said, that's right.
We do a comedic podcast here. We like to make jokes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me get them, and you just sit here with dead airtime, and then I will do some magical. I'll use the magic of editing to make them just appear in the room.
Okay.
Great. 1 second.
Should I put a shirt on?
Graham, don't put a shirt on.
Okay.
Hey, hello, Graham.
Hey. Is that Guy and Shuli?
Have a seat.
We're not on the show, right?
Well, you are, but I can edit you out. Here, have a seat.
Hey, we're formally on the show here. How are you doing, Graham?
Great to see you. Great to finally meet you. Guy, nice to. I heard so much about you.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
I should have put on a shirt. I apologize.
Neither
what
did
I
we.
say, not accepted, but nothing we can do about that. But I'm so glad to, we watch and really enjoy your podcast, and I'm glad you guys are friends and working together.
Yeah, me too.
We're not friends. We're colleagues.
Acquaintances.
And deep down inside, I knew that, but I'm building. I'm hoping one day I can bridge that gap. He's a wonderful. Your son's a wonderful young man, and it's a pleasure. He's a great friend. It's a one-sided friendship, but
it's clearly. I want to be very clear. It's not a friendship, not even one-sided. This is
love you, buddy.
This is fully an opportunistic.
Oh man, you're one of my best friends. I trust you with my life.
Yeah.
I taught my boy.
Oh boy,
I did taught my boy how to become a really good friend.
Yeah, good.
He's doing very well. It seems like it.
Sometimes
his loyalties are,
they're in it.
Bought easily.
The thing is, I take a step back from trusting him with your life. I tried to provide him with all the medical skills he would need for that, but he's rejected that.
No, he has several crippling learning disabilities.
That is true. That is very true. That's hard to deny. Okay, well, Graham, I think we're going to wrap this show. Right? We're just doing a quick one, especially because I have to be out of here in a matter of minutes.
Wow, I'm sorry you don't have time for a guy who was on the Tonight Show. Yeah, I'm getting bumped off my own podcast.
I know. If we were doing this podcast in 1987, I would have made the time for you.
I can't even get time on my own podcast. That's how far down late night has gone.
All right. Well, you're bumped. Mom and Dad, you can sit here as we end the podcast, but you can say goodbye to the people.
Yes. It was very nice meeting you.
You too.
And I really hope that whatever you did yesterday will take you a long way.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
It was lovely to meet you both. Let's get a meal sometime.
All right.
We'll wait for that. And good luck with whatever you're doing.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right. Dad. My mom decided, Dad, you could stay, but there's no reason not to. Let's do a little outro here, guys. I feel like you were a guest. I almost want to be like, that was Graham K, but you're a co-host. So, do you have anything you would like to promote, Graham?
I do a podcast called The Edgelords.
You got Jimmy to promote The Edgelords. That was super cool. He held up the logo.
That was cool, right?
That was cool. Any shows or anything coming up? Any parks you're going to be at? Any bridges you're going to be performing under?
I am on tour. Go to my website, grahamk.com, for all tour dates.
Okay.
Thanks to all the edgies who came out in Chattanooga and Atlanta last weekend. Okay,
Dad, any shows to promote or anything?
Not next week.
Okay, nothing next week for my dad, but maybe something forthcoming. And
I will be watching.
He'll be watching. And I'm just around the city. And that's it. That's the show. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you next week. We'll be back with a guest, potentially Eddie Murphy, maybe someone else.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and as we say at the end of every week, oh my God.
I'm not swearing in front of your parents.
You got to swear in front of my parents. We say it at the end of episode. And Dad, you can say it with us. Ready? As we say at the end of every episode, fuck you. Dad rejected me on it. No takers.
I'm not pointing at the screen and then pointing at your.
But you're actually
your,
pointing
your
at
family.
yourself the way the Zoom setup is.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Okay. That's it. Later, buddy. See ya.
All right. Take care. Bye. Nice meeting you.